Okay, so I used to weigh 100 kgs and then I dropped down to 75 kgs over the course of 6 months. And then from there, it was kind of, I bumped up back up to 80, and then I was like changing from 80 to 83, and then 80 up to 87, and now I'm at 85. Uh, yeah, I guess what happened was I wasn't down, and then well, originally I'm from New Zealand. I'm from Auckland, New Zealand, and like the temperature is, I don't know, we have winters and we have summers, and then when you go to Darwin it's summer all year through, like up to 35 degrees. Like you have a shower and you dry yourself and then you'll start sweating right after. Um, and like the population there is changes like overnight in September because it's a travelers town for the winter months or for the dry season, and then it starts getting way too hot, so they just go to another part of Australia, and like that really, it doesn't seem like, oh, what does that mean? Well, you actually feel it. You feel your neighbors, you feel your immediate or just like your surroundings, and that's kind of a big bit of a shock as well. Uh, and I came from the North Shore of New Zealand, and that's like one of the most densely populated female uh, cities in New Zealand. And then I moved to Darwin and started working in Howard Springs, which is the most densely male populated suburb in Australia, where they say it's 3 men to 1 woman. But for me, when working in Howard Springs, like I would see maybe 10 women, maybe 20 women in a day, and I'd see 1,000 men. And I'd be working there every day for 10 hours, up to 10 days in a row. So that had an effect on my weight gain, I think. Um, and then on top of that, when I first started working there, oh my goodness, I don't even know how. I don't think I could. I just wouldn't do it now. I don't know if I could. But I was in a hostel where it is like the peak of the party season. There is not a night that goes by where there's not going to be loud music, party, drugs, booze, just people shouting. And I'm there like, oh man, I'm just trying to get this real good job, and then and I just like that was every night. And like I just remember coming into work because they expected me to work 14 days in a row. Never worked a 10-hour shift in my life. Never really worked in a kitchen like that. And but I guess it's fine because everyone else was doing it, but they weren't really living in the hostel. But and then I just remember coming and like, oh, I don't think I can come in tomorrow. And he's like, what are you doing? You just like, I didn't explain it then. I was just real stupid. But anyway, uh, yeah. So that was another. This is not actually why I'm getting fat. This is why something else happens that makes me fat. And then, okay, I go to a holiday. I go to Thailand, and I'm like, I'm having such a good time. Like I'm working all these days, and even when I'm having a day off, it feels like pain and stuff. And then I go to Thailand, and oh my god, just so happy. Um, I might lose all my money, and I still think, man, maybe I should still stay here because I don't know, I'm just literally just silly. And then I come back, I start working again, and then I have like a mental episode with just all that stuff that's happening, and I go to a hospital, and I'm in a psychiatric ward, and for a whole month, which actually I thought was fine because they feed you, they house you, you don't have to do much, you just watch TV and no one's like really that violent. So, and then, but at the end of that, they gave me an injection which stayed in my body for like more than a month. They give me a huge injection, so it's like your levels are here, and then after a month they're halfway, and then they give you another injection to keep you up. So it must stay in your body for like 2 months. But yeah, like a month after that, I started like I weighed 90 kgs for the first time in my life, and I just remember like getting outside and getting into the bathroom and looking at myself in the mirror, and I just like couldn't recognize myself. I just was like, oh my god, like my midsection was like protruding my pants and stuff, and yeah, that was, I don't know, that was kind of weird, a weird time. Um, but yeah, I kept going in for the injection, and then my weight kept going up a kg because then I started actually checking it, and yeah, I realized it was because of the injection that I was going up in weight, and then like had to go see the doctors, and it was quite stressful, and um like they said, oh no, we really recommend that you stay on this, and no, it's not actually the injection that's why you're gaining weight. And I'm just like, oh my goodness. Like I'm prepared. I was really like just straight, trying to be straight with them, and I was prepared just to leave Darwin, never come back. So I was prepared to evade the law, anything, because this injection was just gonna absolutely stuff my life up. And then yeah, they sort of agreed to let me off, and then I went on holiday to New Zealand, back home for Christmas, and like I weighed 100 kgs, and I was working out at Jets, and like I found this app, Steve Cook Physique, and like I did that as best as I could for 2 weeks, which actually, like, I was fat but I wasn't weak. I could go into the gym and I could do I could do a lot. It was just really on my feet. Like if I'm running, anything, if I'm doing squats, anything that puts stress on my feet, like that, I would, like, literally I'm actually still doing a lot, but in terms of how much am I lifting weight wise, or how long am I running for, well then I'm not doing that well. But yeah, I went in there for 2 weeks. And then I stopped, and I focused on my study, and I was still 100 kgs because I was actually still gaining weight. I was gaining strength, but I was gaining weight. And yeah, I sort of figured that weightlifting and that's not really how you lose weight. How you lose weight is your eating habits and your lifestyle. Yeah, that's what I think. So then I came back to Darwin, and so for the lifestyle I changed from the hostel to all the loud noises and the headaches and the booze and the fun and all this that affects who you are, even if they don't know you're there. Like you can feel it through the walls, even if they're not even saying a thing. Like them being all alcoholed up, that comes onto you. And then I moved to Coconut Grove, in Darwin, yeah, which was like super stroke of luck. Like literally, yeah. Well, pretty much every flat I moved into has been some sort of luck. But like the guys that were living there, one guy was from, just go check this through. One guy's from Kenya. He is really tall, like 6'4" or something. Accountant. And the other guy is from Papua New Guinea, and he was a bit shorter but real stocky. Like, I just asked him, "Do you play rugby?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, I played a bit." And then, yeah, I can't remember when it happened, but he said like, "Oh, I've I used to study becoming a pilot, and I used to work like 2 jobs and only sleep like 3 hours a day, and he did that for like years. And then he's sending money back home to like his cousins and his whole family. And I'm there like I used to be complaining like, oh man, my life's so hard. Like you don't know, I'm working 10 hours in this place, and like this guy completely opened my eyes to like how much of I literally just call myself a brat, like complaining about this and that, and just look at how lazy I really am. And then like that was pretty good for motivating me to work harder and be more like realistic and more selfless as well. Because I also, like when I was there, I did a TEFL course, which is teaching English as a foreign language, and what was the other thing? Oh yeah, and then like I was used to play a lot of games and watch videos, and just yeah, it just made me be more like focused. And they weren't like party people, you know, they're really trying to improve their lives and stuff, whether it's through their career or health or social, you know. And then, but yeah, when I was 100 kgs, I started having breathing problems. I couldn't tie my shoes properly. I couldn't be on my feet for my whole shift. That's probably the biggest thing. I didn't mind the breathing. I didn't mind the shoes, but if I'm, you know, I'm really just trying to make some decent money so I can do something. And if I'm there and like I've got to rush off to the bathroom, to the toilet, and just pretend that I need to, you know, relieve myself, just like I'm actually just relieving my feet, or just sitting on the bench, or you know, sneaking this. Oh, like people knew, even if they couldn't see me, like they're still sort of on the, everyone's sort of on the same mind page, or it would show through in my expressions and stuff. But yeah, like that was one of another key motivation. But yeah, so money, choose. Yeah, so then I had to make some big changes in what I was eating. So I used to drink Coke Zero because I thought it was zero sugar, and like I thought, oh, so I'm not gaining weight and I might even be losing weight. But then like what actually I think what happens is when you drink that, like when you put a dirty coin in Coke, it actually cleans that coin. And so when you drink I think it actually sort of like it cleans or damages your gut and every sort of digestive process before and after that. And so like that, when you damage yourself, then you need some more nutrients to heal it so that it makes you hungrier. So I just went no Coke, no fizzy. Or I had some fizzy, but then I just transitioned into just water. And then yeah, water. I stopped eating chips and dip, and I stopped like fast food. Or only fast food I'd have was Subway, and like also no cereal, and because I just have cereal, I wouldn't feel any sort of fulfillment. And then I just went to bacon, egg, hash brown, and frozen vegetable, which actually some people think that's unhealthy, but if everyone's starting their day off on just, you know, wood chips and milk, and then and I thought it was like the best thing, because like I've got some really like sustaining energy, and yeah, so that would just like last me through the whole day, instead of having a milk thing and then some snacks, and then I have a proper meal, and then I'm good, you know. So but I ate all that other stuff which just turns to fat. Yeah, and then Yeah, also possibly controversially, I also created a lot of my weight loss to not masturbating or ejaculating, which is quite odd because I seen things on TV where like they say, oh, right after sex training performance improves this much, and I'm just like, right after sex I want to sleep. Which is the worst thing for training or even weight loss, because if you're just expelling all that energy out of your body, well then you got to eat, and you got to eat to make up for it. And when you're eating food, you're not eating pure nutrients, you're eating a lot of just bulk that doesn't turn, it just turns into fat. It doesn't have any use in your body. And so you're eating, and then you get all that extra fat, so you can get that little bit of nutrients in the food to recover from your ejaculation. And like it actually worked, because yeah, I remember the days when I did ejaculate and I was like, oh, I had to eat right after I had to sleep, or I did less activity. And yeah, like I'm extremely good at losing weight. Like I went from 100 kgs in January 2017. In less than half a year, I went to 80 kgs in less than half a year. And it wasn't like my main goal. Like it wasn't like what I spent all my time doing. I was just like, I'll just do this and that, and I've got it. Like I still work my 10.5 hour shifts. I'm still biking 40 minutes. Well, I'm still biking to the thing on the bus wearing terrible clothing as you sweating, and then coming back home and then sleeping in the daytime. You know, four on average 4 days a week, and playing video games, and just literally I'm not training that much. I'll train like 2 to 3 times a week, not for very long, and I just concentrate on not ejaculating and eating properly, and that's what happened. Kg a day. We'd be like, oh, another kg a day, and now I'm even at a point where I've lost a kg in a workout and still feel great. And I don't hear that. I don't know really what the stats are on that, but okay. So yeah, I just got to catch up to where I am here. Sorry. Yeah. So one of the most surprising hiccups was when I got to a good weight and I was happy. I was 80 kgs. I was like, sweet. And now I'm gonna really go hard on this, like gaining muscle and having a strong physique. And like I overestimated myself. I went for the whole pain no gain, push it as hard, give it all you've got. And like I just completely overlooked like things like delayed onset muscle soreness. So it's like alcohol, you know, when you drink, it's like, oh yeah, I feel great, and then it only hits you 2, 3, I don't know, 4 hours later. But with workouts, you feel great, and then it hits you the next day. And like I pushed it to where I was feeling crap at the end of the workout, and so I was feeling super crap the next day. And even then, I thought, oh no, well, pain's good, because they say, you know, when we've got pain, then it means that I just didn't have a very good understanding of that I shouldn't be avoiding pain, because there's actually a lot of even like top bodybuilders say no pain, no gain. And yeah, that was one of the hiccups. Next hiccup would be that I got too low in weight. I was like 74 kgs, and then I don't know, just like my eating habits. I thought that this body type was really good, like being able to see my abs, which I still think is good, but it's a hard balance. And I was not like, I have pictures of that, and it was just, it's not healthy. It's not attractive. Yeah, and like I didn't realize other things, like when you train too much, like you sort of have a painful aura about you. So like I'll just be sitting in a room, I won't be paying any attention to some guy that's sitting over there or whatever. But he's now in pain because he can now feel my pain, and like he'll react to that. He'll be like, he'll hit the table or something in my head or something, and I'll be like, ah, and I don't know why. I'm like, why did you do that? And then I'll be reacting up and stuff. And so like a lot of relationships went south because of that. We're just working out too hard. So, yeah, that's been something that's plagued me even till just recently. Like, I don't know. Like it was really bad. It was really really bad because I just didn't know why. And then it's now. I think it's at a good level now. Uh, and then yeah, now I'm back up to 85 kgs. And like I can still touch the rim on the basketball. I'm 5'11". Yeah, and I'm happy. I'm happy-ish with where my body's at. Like I could lose maybe 2 to 3 kgs, but I don't know. I'm more. It's not. It's yeah. I guess that was it. I don't know. I feel it's a bit more lackluster than what I thought it was gonna be. Yeah. Oh, well.